Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and as you can tell from the title, this video is a story time, and I'm gonna tell you about what happened on my vacation that was almost a no vacation. And guys, this literally happened this week. So if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay, so to start off, my vacation started this past Sunday. And I went to work till 3, and then my flight was to leave at 6 o'clock. So when I got off at 3 o'clock, I decided to go to the gas station to put gas in my car so that, you know, when I get ready to leave for the airport, I won't have to worry about, you know, doing any of that. So guys, once I got off work at 3, I went straight to the gas station, and while I'm pumping my gas, a group of thugs opened up my car door and stole my work bag from the passenger floor. Now, it was so crazy, y'all, because when it happened so fast that, you know, when I finished pumping my gas, I went to the car and I saw my work bag was gone. And guys, my work bag had all of my credit cards, my debit cards, my driver's license, social security card. All my personal information was inside of my wallet. So needless to say, I wanted to freak out, but I didn't. So I immediately dialed 911. And as I'm dialing 911, this gentleman runs over to me and he's like, "They just stole my phone." And I'm like, "Who stole your phone?" Because whoever stole your phone also stole my wallet and my work bag. And so, you know, 2 seconds later, guys, I'm still on the phone with 911. We see a car peel off. They were in like a black Chrysler 300. They like peeled off speeding. The cop shows up and I'm like, "They just went that way. They went that way." So the cop is chasing the car or whatnot, and obviously they weren't caught. But I'm still on the phone with 911, and I tell the 911 representative that I had a flight to catch at 6 o'clock. Mind you guys, it is now 3:30. So the cop was still, you know, pursuing the robbers or whatnot. So I told the 911 lady that I needed to get home so that I can grab my bags, and she was said that I had to be back at the scene because the police had to make a report and, you know, do all their processing or whatnot. So I told her, let me run home and grab my bags and that I'll be right back. So guys, I get home and I grabbed my bags. They were already packed, and I put them in my car. Then I had to grab my little note card, and I had to call all of my credit cards as well as all of my debit cards. I had to, you know, cancel and replace them all. And guys, while I'm canceling one of my cards, the robbers tried to use it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not happening. But the good part was they were blocked. That charge was canceled. They were not able to get any money. So I immediately closed out every account and just, you know, replaced them. That was not a short process. It takes a while when you're on the phone canceling cards. It's not like a 3 to 5 minute call. Each call took maybe 15 to 20 minutes. So after while I'm on the phone canceling one of the cards, I get a call from 911. And I pick up the phone and I'm like, yes. She's like, okay, the cops are waiting on you to get back to the gas station for the report. And I'm like, I'm on my way. And she's like, how long will it take you? So I tell her, give me another 20 minutes. You know, I'm finishing up. I'll be there soon. So guys, I get there and the cop is waiting for me. I tell him what happened. And the first thing out of his mouth, guys, he said they know exactly who it is. And I'm like, oh my God. So it turns out that this had happened 4 other times that same day. I was the 5th person who was victimized. So they were doing it, the guys that were doing this, all the robberies, they were doing it within the same area. And I was the 5th person that was robbed that day. So I was like, go figure. Well, anyways, I give him all of my information, and I told him, I was like, you know, I have a flight to catch at 6 o'clock. And oh, I left out, guys. When I got home, I grabbed my passport. I forgot to tell you that. So while I'm still talking to the cop, I'm also on the phone still canceling my cards and replacing cards. It tells me that they know who it is. They're just trying to, you know, apprehend them, but they're having trouble or whatnot. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he gives me a case number and everything. At this time, guys, it's like 4:30. So he told me to go ahead and go to the airport, that I should make my flight. And I told him, I said, well, officer, you know, you see that I'm driving without a license. He was like, it's fine. We know the circumstances, you know, make your flight. I was like, cool. So the next thing I did, guys, is still 4:30. I leave and I go straight to my parents' house. And the good thing is my parents live very close to the airport. So usually when I fly somewhere, one of them drops me off so that, you know, I don't have to worry about parking. So when I get to my parents' house, my mom is like freaking out, but she was freaking out in a way where she wasn't like screaming or whatever, but I could look at her and tell she was like super shaken. And guys, I had to keep myself together, trying not to look at her because I didn't want to cry, because I was still upset, but I was so running off of adrenaline. I'm like literally running off of adrenaline because I got 2 phones in my hand at this point, guys. I'm at my parents' house. My cell phone canceling and replacing one card, and then I'm on their house phone canceling and replacing another card. So I got 2 phones to my ear, talking back and forth to both credit card companies, closing them out and replacing. So during this time, my mom is in there and she's just like, this is just crazy, this is crazy. And I'm like, I know, holding both phones, guys. And I told her, I was like, I told her to have my dad come downstairs. I need to talk to my dad. At this point, I finally got everything canceled and replaced. So it is now 4:55. Only reason I remember this time, guys, is because I remember looking at the clock. I was like, Mom, it's 4:55. The flight leaves at 6:14. I'm going to have to go. It's time to go. So my dad comes downstairs, and guys, I held it together this entire time. I didn't cry not one time until I saw my dad. When I saw my dad, oh man, the little girl in me just started boo-hooing, tearing up, crying. Not like a baby, but like tears just started rolling down my face. I was just like, you know, I'm gonna be okay. I'm about to go enjoy myself and have fun. Everything's gonna be all right. I'm just trying to make my parents feel better, because I know that they really didn't want me to go, but they didn't want to tell me not to go because I'm grown. But I just was trying to say anything to keep them calm, especially my mom. So I said, Mom, it's now 5:05. We gotta go. So she takes me to the airport, and I give her a hug and a kiss, and I told her I would call her as soon as I get, you know, touchdown or whatnot. And everything was fine. Checked in my bag and everything. I go through the TSA line, and guys, oh my gosh, the line was super long. So I'm like, oh man, I hope I make my flight, because the line was super crazy long. I'm like, oh. But the crazy thing that happens is when I get to the TSA agent, he scans my ticket. It went through fine. He scans my passport. It kept beeping. He scans it a second time. It kept beeping, which is not good. He scanned it a third time, guys. It kept beeping. He scanned it one last time, and he realized, he goes, ma'am, Miss Hill? I'm like, yes. He says, your passport has expired. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not happening. And at this time, you guys, it was 5:35. It was 5:35 when he told me that my passport had expired. So I was just like, okay, so do I just need to get my bags and go home, or what? Because at this point, like, I was just kind of over everything. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I was over it. I was like, okay, I'll just get my bags and go. What do I need to do? He was like, no, just wait a minute, wait a moment. So I sat there and I waited a moment while everybody else was going through. Next thing I know, a TSA manager came down, and he saw my passport had expired on October the 11th of this year. And I told him, I said, sir, I had a driver's license. I said, I literally was robbed about an hour and a half ago. I just got robbed. This is all that I had, and if I'm not able to fly, it's okay. It is what it is. Well, turns out they allowed me to fly because you have a grace period. When your passport expires, you get a grace period of like 30 days to fly and to use it before it becomes void. So by the grace of God, you guys, I was able to board the plane. But check this out. Once I got through, they had to do a special screening on me because of that. So they had to go through all my bags, and then I had to, you know, they had to do the search on me. So at this time, remember the flight leaves at 6:14. It is now 5:53. And for Atlanta airport, guys, I don't know if you guys have ever flown through Atlanta. We're the busiest airport in the world, and we have a lot of trains and a lot of escalators, a lot of people. So while going to the gate, my name was paged overhead 3 times saying final call for me. At this time, it is after 6 o'clock. Flight leaves at 6:14. Next thing I know, I heard them say final call for my name, and I was like, I'm here, Hill, I'm here. So they checked me in. I was the last person to board the plane, guys. The very last person to board the plane. And, you know, we took off. I get to Las Vegas, and that's where I went, guys. I turned up hard, went to Las Vegas. I had a ball. And if you're wondering how I had money seeing that all of my cards were stolen, I still had my American Express card that I used to pump my gas with. So I had my American Express card. I also had another credit card, which I never take with me, that I keep at home. And when I got to Las Vegas, I was able to go to my bank and get money using my passport. So that's how I was able to have a good time. And I'm gonna post a few pictures to show what a time I had. But yeah, guys, I really did not think I was gonna make this vacation because all the cards were stacked against me, y'all. I felt like, you know, first being robbed, less than 2 hours before your flight, then my passport being expired. It was just crazy. So I was very happy that I made it, and I had a ball. I stayed in Vegas like 4 days, so 4 days of fun. And yes, I went to Vegas by myself. I travel usually with my girls and my friends, but this time I needed a me time vacation. I had a ball, and here are some pictures to show you. As you guys can see, everything turned out fine, and I had a fun vacation. But guys, seriously though, what I want you guys to do, all of you watching this right now, go home, get a note card, write down all of your credit card numbers, your debit card numbers, and the telephone numbers if they are lost and stolen. Put it in one place, guys, because if your wallet is ever lost or stolen, you need to be able to call to cancel and replace immediately, because you do not want anyone to ruin your credit or to take your money and go through like all the headaches of trying to fix it. If you can shut it down immediately, you'll be good. So just make sure you guys do that. And also, I left out, I had to call all 3 credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. I had to call them to do a credit freeze so that they can't open up any accounts in my name. So yeah, make sure you guys do this, because I would hate for you know, something to happen to your wallet and you can't remember what card you have or what phone numbers to dial. So that's just a safety tip. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you like this video. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!